First of all, congratulations to your presentation earlier today. It was very funny, and I very loved the opening. Could you repeat that for our audience?
You mean when I first came in the desert?
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. That's very kind. Oh, let me think for a second. You know, it is wonderful for me to see the costume here today without me being inside it. Nice change. But the very first time I put on that costume was out in the desert of Tozeur in Tunisia, the planet of Tatooine. And it was the first day's filming. And I had got there, and there was no dressing room, no wonderful glamour. There was just a tent in which full of people, and they were trying to screw me into this costume. And for 2 hours, I've suffered huge pain, and push this way, push that way, and whatever. And this was not why I became an actor. But eventually, after 2 hours, I was ready. And they switched on the lights. And then, dramatically, they opened the tent flaps. And I stepped out onto the flat desert surface. And at that moment, the sun was coming up just there, just timing. And I glowed like, and I could see like this straight ahead of me. And over here were a lot of American crew, and here were English crew, and here were Tunisian people who were helping move things around and so on, and build the sets. And the Americans all went, "Wow! Incredible! That's just amazing!" You know. And the English people went, "Yes, very good, nice." And of course the Tunisians went, "Whoa, whoa!" They thought I was some kind of god, but that stopped immediately. We began to work because suddenly I tried to move away. Ooh, the costume broke, it snapped, it was cutting into my foot, and for the very first scene, I don't have my left foot on because it was smashed up by one simple walk. So, you know, from the beginning, it went.
But that costume, was that prepared for your body before? Or could you explain me that?
The costume never really fitted me, and it's odd because, in fact, it was made to a mold of my body. The plasterers covered me in plaster and made a statue of me, and then a sculptress, Liz Moore, made the shape that you see in clay. And then we worked out how to make things work technically. And then we put it all together. And the odd thing is that the bits, they didn't fit me and they didn't fit each other. So something that had to go in there didn't, and I am inside. So it never really worked. Gradually over all the films, we have made little changes, made it better and better. So now it's very easy. And I just have a little more filming to do on episode 3 as we speak, and then that is it. But it is very important that I stay a little slim, because it's the same size as 1978, which is a long time ago now.
Is that in your contract, staying slim?
Staying slim isn't part of the contract, but if I don't, I'm the one who suffers. So for my own common sense, I stay slim.
How was that for you as an actor, playing a role without using your face or your expressions in face?
Actors love to talk about the challenge of acting, sometimes too much, I think, you know. But to be honest, one of the challenges of playing 3PO is to do it without a visage that changes. There are no lines, there are no movements of any kind. He's totally still. All you have is the relationship of the head to the shoulders, to the body, and a limited amount of arm movements. But it's surprising what you can get out of something that has such a beautiful face. And I had learned to be good at mime when I was at drama college, so I had a certain amount of control and knew in a mask how to make things work, which is why George wanted to see me.
What about the dialogues? Is it your voice in the movie?
When we're filming, I have a little radio microphone here and a wire that goes to a transmitter. So my voice is recorded all along, but it sounds very muffled. So every sound in a Star Wars movie is replaced, whether it's my voice or a lightsaber or Carrie Fisher's voice. Everything is new. So I watch the finished film and dub it along with my movements. And what is strange for people is that when I'm in the studio, I don't sit like this. I actually stand in front of a microphone and go, "Hello, I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations, and this is my counterpart, R2-D2." Because 3PO is very upright, very correct. And one's voice is different like this. And attitude and, you know, physique, all is part of the same thing. So I do stand like him.
When you look back, could you imagine that Star Wars getting in such a big success, a worldwide success?
It's very strange for me that Star Wars became such a phenomenal success, possibly greater than any other movie sequence, because I never imagined it would be any good, because when we made it we thought it wasn't so good. And then comes episode 5 and then 6, because the fans, the audience, the love that what the audience gives to these movies have kept them going very honourably, I think, and it's become something that people can talk about from literally maybe 3 generations now share this love for it, you know, and it's magical to be a part of it. My brain won't quite take it in, but there we are. That's me. I think 3PO is a little shy of. He's very modest, so R2-D2 is crazy about the whole thing. Yeah, star. 3PO. It was fine.
I see. Could you give us something away from episode 3?
The great question of the day is, what is episode 3 about? Well, I've read the script many times and been involved in the filming and watched a lot of the filming. And the one thing that I will tell you without getting arrested by George Lucas's secret police is that I believe that the audience will be wonderfully satisfied by the way the episode 3 slots into episode 4, Star Wars A New Hope. That you watch Anakin Skywalker, this sweet little boy who's become this wonderful young man who, for various really horrible reasons, is drawn to the dark side. And you watch it happening, and you will almost want to take his ankles and pull him back. Don't go. But he does, and it's frightening in a very human way. That it's man to man. It's not man and weird monster. It's one man suborning, tricking another man, and it's very frightening, and there's quite a lesson in there, I think. But at the same time, it is hugely entertaining and exciting, as you can imagine. And the final fight, the great clash, is, I've only seen it on the set with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. Goes on for hours, and each time the crew would applaud, because it's just knockout. No special effects, just very, very good actors. I think you'll like it.